I believe that we are on the cusp of something great here, and I believe Boise High students are in a unique position to make a huge difference in our town and in our nation.
So we did a school-wide read for the book Garbology, and so we're trying to do this GoFundMe so that we can raise money to get a speaker for the book. Because it'd be really cool because then the students can kind of connect as like it's someone that they know about and they've kind of read their story.
Sustainability Summit, to me, I think a lot of people, students and faculty, see the Sustainability Summit as the culmination of a project. I actually see it as the beginning of a project.
I'm super excited about the sustainability summit coming up this spring. I really like how our school is pushing zero waste.
I put all of the things that I will need for what's on my list. I have large shopping bags like this that I use for oats and flour. I use a bunch of different flours, sugar, all of those kinds of dry materials, granola, whatever. I made these out of little kids' t-shirts, basically. And they are what I use to grab apples and carrots and broccoli and that sort of thing, so I might throw a couple of those in. Usually I'll throw in a couple extra just to make sure that I have enough. I have smaller jars that I use for spices and that sort of thing, and again, they're all tarred on the top. So everything is reused, and if it breaks, I recycle the glass. And so I go into the market like this and come out with my purchase.
So what are the advantages to having a keynote speaker from the book Garbology?
Well, I think it just makes it more real. I mean, again, it's always like, it's almost like a little bit of a mini celebrity, don't you think? Because if you get a keynote speaker to come in, somebody from the book, you're like, I read that person's stuff. I know what they were doing, and now I get to talk to them in person and ask them the questions that I thought about.
I think V. Johnson is a high caliber speaker. She is directly related to the book. There's an entire chapter that is arguably dedicated to her and her work. I think she's experienced, refined, and I think that's a good, we deserve that.
Okay, I'm excited for the Sustainability Summit this year because it's getting a lot of not only inside the school recognition, but outside as well. So people all around the Boise community are noticing what Boise High is doing in here with sustainability, and we're getting a lot of outreach and stuff like that.
CAIC is a nonprofit organization that is investigating and looking at ways to possibly clean up that Pacific Gyre, where there's a floating mass of trash 7 feet to 9 feet deep, and that spans the area of the size of Texas to the United States. This is a floating continent of trash, basically.
Obviously, I as the principal, or Ms. Ward, the environmental science teacher, we can all get up and talk about sustainability, but to bring somebody in from the outside who's living that every day in their lives, who can continue to build a relationship with us and give us ideas, I think is just a one more feather in the cap for project-based learning like we're doing with this Sustainability Summit.
At Boise High School, we are engaged in a campus-wide read of the book Garbology by Edward Hume. Students and staff across grade levels and subjects are studying this book and the issue of waste in order to tie their learning in classes at school to this very real-world issue. Already, our book study has prompted student-led social action projects, like a new composting system for cafeteria waste, a delamping initiative to save energy, cost, and bring lighting intensity to a more calming level, improvements to our recycling system, installation artwork from our art students, an awareness campaign of the perils of plastic bags by environmental science students, student-conducted trash audits to study the quantity and types of waste we produce, and many more inspiring projects. At Boise High, a movement is underway. This spring, on April 8, 2016, Boise High School will host a day-long Sustainability Summit, a day when students present to their peers on topics of sustainability, sharing their research, their passion, and their ideas for social action. An important part of the summit is a keynote speaker who will motivate our students and broaden their thinking about sustainability and the issue of waste. Our goal is to bring in a keynote speaker from Edward Hume's Garbology. If we reach our goal, students will have the chance to hear from someone they read about in their research, someone who will light a fire in our student body to be the change they want to see in the world. If we do not reach our goal amount, the money you contribute will instead be used to fund the many student-led sustainability projects already underway at Boise High. However, these guest speakers come with a fee and transportation costs, and we need your help to raise these funds. Any funds in excess of the cost of hiring a speaker will also support student-led projects. Join us, be a part of the movement, support excellence in public schools, and thank you for your support.